So you're in college and you have no idea what you want to major in. I'm going to give you guys two simple pieces of advice on how to better pick your college major and how to figure out what you actually enjoy doing. And the first thing that you absolutely must do when figuring out your college major is to take what I like to call side quest classes. This is to say that you take classes that aren't necessarily related to whatever you're currently studying. So if you're not really sure what you want to major in yet, but say you might currently be a psychology major, instead of taking only psychology classes, it's good to take one or two classes per semester that aren't necessarily related to whatever you have to do for your major, but instead are just based on what you're mildly interested in and fields that you want to branch out into and sort of see what they have to offer. So when I was in my freshman year of college, I sort of went out and did a couple classes that weren't necessarily related to my actual major. I started as a psychology major, but I went out and took some classes in biology and chemistry to see if those things interested me. By dipping your feet into several different fields, it becomes a lot easier to pick out what you like and what you dislike and sort of cross off different occupations and different careers from your list. If you only take classes in one particular field, then it's very difficult to know if you might be interested in other fields because you've never really experienced them and you don't know what they have to offer. So without a doubt, I would recommend that you try classes in a bunch of different fields. If you're a biology major, I recommend you take some psychology or social science classes to see how you enjoy them. If you're not a STEM major, say you're a political science major, I say take at least one chemistry class just to see if it's up your alley. I actually had a really amazing conversation with one professor when we were talking about research in biomedical engineering. And this was a field that I was mildly interested in, but I couldn't really tell if it's something I wanted to pursue as a career. So I was talking to her and I said, yeah, I'm not really sure if I want to do this forever, but I think it sounds cool. And she said, you know what, even if you don't love it, even if you don't enjoy it, it's still super important to do research like this because you get to decide what you like and what you dislike. And it's super similar with classes. By taking different sorts of classes, you can cross different things off your list and narrow down what you actually enjoy. And when you're trying to figure out your college major, the second most important thing you can do is go and talk with professors and figure out what it's actually like to work in whatever field you're interested in. The information you learn in classes and the actual day in the life of the professors or the specialists who work in these fields is very, very different. I took a genetics class and I thought it was interesting, but it wasn't until actually taking part in a genetics lab that I realized the day-to-day lab work that they perform is a lot different than what you actually learn in class. And it feels a lot different to actively participate in these activities as opposed to just learning about them in a lecture. College is an amazing time because we quite literally have experts in tons and tons of different fields at our fingertips, all right next to us, just studying and working in the same place as us. So it would almost be silly to not take advantage of this opportunity and have some meetings with them, see what they actually do day to day, and see if it's something you would enjoy. Because again, what you learn in your classes can be very different than what it actually looks like to work these sorts of jobs. So until you actually talk with people who have had these life experiences, who have worked these jobs, it's very difficult to know what you're actually getting yourself into. If you want to go into biology, talk with some biology professors, see what they do. If you're interested in clinical psychology, talk to some professors who have worked in clinical psych and ask them about their past experiences, how they've enjoyed it, and what they'd recommend you do if you're looking at a career in one of these fields. I think we sometimes neglect our professors, but it's important to remember that less than 1% of the population actually holds a PhD. So when you're talking with these professors, they are absolute experts in whatever they study. No one knows more about whatever they're studying than they do. So if you want to learn about what goes on in a specific field and what it's like working in that field, there's really no one better to talk to than them. And it's really as simple as that. If you want more insight about what major you should pick, all you have to do is try out different classes, side quest classes if you will, and see how you enjoy different fields, and go out, reach out to professors who've actually worked in the industries or professions that you're interested in, and see what it's like for them, and gauge if that would interest you or not. Now, if you're still here, I really appreciate you watching till the end. If you like videos like this on productivity and self-development for college students, you should subscribe because there's going to be a whole lot more videos like this soon. But until then, I'll see you guys.